Coach, when you're facing a team like Syracuse this early in the season, obviously you have more limited selection of film to choose from. How much more difficult does that make them to scout as opposed to teams you'll face later on?
No, but now we have enough film. Obviously, we just came out of a tournament where they played. I think they had the toughest schedule out in Vegas. I mean, three of the hardest games, and they competed at an extremely high level. Totally different team, and again, I'm impressed with Coach Autry and what he's doing, how he's again putting this team together, and they took Houston to overtime, and they're a good basketball team, and but we again, they're getting back just like we have. I'm sure they cleaned up some things, like we had to clean up some things, maybe added a couple things here or there, but I think they probably gonna have a pretty good beat on us, and we feel like we'll probably have a pretty good beat on them, but you'll still have to make some adjustments as we go through the game.
How encouraging was it for the turnover numbers to be down in that Houston and Kansas games?
Well, that's where we're trying to get to, understanding, again, the value of the ball, not just with the way we handle it, but shot selection. And we're going to have to continue to there and keep getting better there. And we can still improve our shot selection a little bit. Obviously, there'll always be some things in every game you want to see get better. But I do think the mindset's getting better in terms of realizing that we're going to try to defend the way we're capable of. And we weren't very good in the Kansas game. And got to get back to making sure we're more consistent there. But and hope we can make the offense work for our defense too.
What was it about Bishop maybe this offseason that gave you so much confidence in him, and how did he back that up throughout the tournament in Vegas?
Just his work ethic, I mean, Bishop wants to be good. He's competitive and he wants to be good. But this spring, after the season was over with, the time that he put into the gym, and even today, he probably puts more time in than anybody. He's always, if it's not watching film, doing this, doing that. And I just think it's a great sign of him continuing to mature at the level that we need him to, and understanding the role that he needs to play. And I've said before, it's not always the most glamorous one to buy into, but as he continues to, again, be as consistent as he can in the role that he needs to play, there's going to be some other things that will obviously start adding to his game on the offensive end.
How much value does it bring when a player plays defense like him, and you're breaking in some new pieces around him? You've got that one guy you can count on in the middle of it all.
Well, you go back to film and just show his effort and the things, after games, and not just what he does on the ball, which I think most people look at, is what he does away from the ball too. I mean, to be a complete defensive guy, and whether it's that or finishing it with a rebound, whatever it may be, getting in, making plays in the gaps, just a lot of things that go into it. But his like our whole team will get back to consistency. Night in and night out, can guys do what they need to do to help us to continue to grow.
How big is it for Jalen Gary, do you think?
Well, I think it's again, we know what Jalen's capable of doing, but again, the word consistency. Can he stay off the roller coaster? Can he stay? Can he again just stay consistent? What we don't want from any of these guys is, you get on a roller coaster, you're up, you're down. All coaches are looking for is consistency. What can we expect every single night? Can you give us that at the level that we need you to give it to us? And that's where I think Jalen is.
Can that second half against Kansas be an eye opener before another tough three-game stretch here?
Well, I think not the second half, the first half. And our three worst defensive possessions of the year was the start of that game. That's probably the most disappointing thing. I mean, we didn't come out doing the things that we'd been building to. And again, the first three possessions were not good defensively. And sooner or later, and that's kind of a little bit of fool's gold when you're not doing what you need to do and you got a lead. But over time, teams that are as well coached and as good as Kansas, they're going to over the 40 minutes, they're going to win out if you don't do the things that we do, practice. And we didn't. We didn't deserve to win the game because we didn't do the things that we needed to do from start to finish.
Nate said it kind of felt like everybody was in their own little world the second half. Did you all think that?
Well, if you again, I thought from the start of the game. I mean, again, I'm telling you, the first three possessions were about as bad as we've been defensively all year, back to back to back. And so whether it was the second half or what, I just didn't think we were locked in. And it goes back to a team where that's leadership, where I told the team, I said, I don't know if last year's team could have beat Houston, but I know one thing: last year's team would have won the second game against Kansas because they'd had a more of a mindset to do what we need to do, and we obviously aren't there yet. In the fact that I mean, how you can't follow up the game against Houston, which was a hard-fought physical game. I mean, it's hard, but everybody was dealing with that third day out there, and we just didn't show the mental toughness to get it done.
You mentioned shot selection a minute ago. Did you leave Vegas feeling like you guys could get the ball to the inside more, winning more shots from the big man around the rim?
We felt like that all. I mean, we spent so much time doing that. I mean, in different lineups, we'll do different things. I mean, we know our players, and we know what players that we and where we need to get them the ball. And now it's getting the players to understand how, as much as we want to try to stop the other team, and they're trying to stop us, but there's oftentimes that teams just stop themselves, and that goes back to knowing who needs to get the ball when they get it, knowing the flow of the game, and but yeah, I don't think there's any question. We feel confident that we've got some guys that we get them where they need to be. We can get them the ball in there.
In the tournament in Vegas, the team got rebounding contributions from guards, forwards, all over the floor. How important is that for a competitive tournament team to get contributions rebounding from everyone?
Well, the way we try to complement each other defensively, offensively, the way our system's kind of set up, you know, we need a team that's going to rebound the ball, misses, and certainly defensively, we got to rebound the ball. We have to do that. We need to get fouled more. The games that you know, the good teams want to get fouled more. So it all goes hand in hand in terms of what we're trying to get done. Where we're trying to make, you know, one side of the ball affect the other side, but rebounding is so important. I mean, it's so important. I mean, the numbers that we keep, the stats. I mean, if you saw them, you'd be shocked at when we're playing well. Rebounding has so much to do with it, and again, it goes back to consistency. We've got to get it there and keep it there.
Sorry if you've been asked this, but I guess during your time in Las Vegas, did you see progress within your team that you were hoping to see despite not playing in the championship game and then losing that?
Well, again, I do. I think we played well. The second game, we were disappointed. You know, we did not have the same mental focus, which cost us a game. And again, I'm not saying that Kansas didn't beat us because they did, but every coach goes back after a game. And I think every coach's message probably to their teams are, we do what we're supposed to do, we can win every game. If all things are equal, which they're never always equal, but closer than you might think sometimes. But we didn't do the things that it takes to win a high-level college basketball game against Kansas. So to answer your question, I would say where we were building to, we kind of regressed in the third game. All right, thank you guys.